It's SummerSlam 2024 and Cody Rhodes has only just escaped the final boss. But what he can't escape is a final beatdown. The Rock is decimating Cody, but not for long. John Cena is back in WWE and he slides in the ring as The Rock slides out and Cody gets up to thank Cena. He's appreciative of the save once again. Then, it's the biggest shock in decades. Cena low blows Cody. The crowd can't believe it. And Cena walks off. Cody writhing in pain and The Rock can't believe his eyes either. But why? What is Cena's goal? Well, the entire wrestling and entertainment world wants to know, and Cena is asked at every opportunity, including TMZ, who stop him in the street and he says, "I don't do anything in my life without purpose and meaning." Cody had it coming, and so did the fans. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Cena is being cryptic, but there isn't anything cryptic about the performance of my football head coach team right now because it sucks. So I need to level it up, and because today's video is brought to you by Football Head Coach, I'm going to show you how you can. I'm choosing to hit the packs to upgrade my team, and it's super easy, and I got some cracking players. And if you haven't already realized, this is a fully licensed NFLPA game with real players, which I love because it adds to the immersion. I'm all about the aesthetics. But what is upgrading your team without testing it out on the field? So I trained up the boys, set the tactics, and we were into battle. And as expected with the upgrades, I absolutely smoked them. The only negative is I'm obsessed with this game and being able to simulate matches quick and improve my roster all the time. And you can download it using the link in the description from either the Google Play or the App Store, or scan the QR code on your screen and get into it. And I'll see you on the field. Cody is in action on SmackDown after SummerSlam and he pulls no punches. But he does pull out a very familiar looking move. He hits an AA, rolls through and hits a crossroads to put his opponent away. And after the match, Cody wants to speak to Cena and says, "John, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You're a hero of mine, but not just me, of all the people in this building. You're also a huge reason why I was able to finish the story, but it seems another story is just beginning. But I'm going to refrain from going all in on you until I hear your explanation. There's something else going on, John. I know this isn't you, but you say I had it coming. Well, how about at Bash in Berlin? You come to Germany and face me man to man. And you explain why. I deserve it. They deserve it. So how about you throw us a little bit of that hustle, loyalty, and most importantly, respect." Cody puts the call out. He wants Cena to show up in Berlin, but will he? Well, as we reach the show, the tension is high, but the reports come out that Cena is spotted at Berlin Brandenburg Airport. So he is in the country. But first, Cody had to defend his championship in a brutal war with the King of the Ring winner Gunther, who he barely overcomes due to the interference from Ludwig Kaiser. He's turned on his now former leader, but while Cody is celebrating, the man in question arrives. Cena is here and now face to face with Cody Rhodes, and Rhodes says, "Thanks for coming, John. Now, listen, I know you're a busy man and it's not lost on me what this means. But I need to know, what is it? Is it this championship? Do you want number 17? Is this about one last run? You've talked about retirement. So John Cena, I'm all ears." Cena stares right through Cody and says, "It's about ruthless aggression." Cena blasts Cody and he's mauling the champion. He rips his hoodie off and he's furious. But still, no explanation. The crowd can't believe it all over again. It's so out of character for Cena. He completely annihilates Cody. Ruthless aggression is on the menu as Cody is bloodied up and battered, but he gets offered some reprieve. It's Orton! He's got a big history with both men! He was also in the ring with Cody like Cena was at the close of WrestleMania 40. Cena stops the beatdown and he's ready to fight Orton. It's a face-off we haven't seen for some time. The tension is off the scales. Orton drops Cody. What on earth is happening? He was in on this as well. Orton and Cena leave together. Two beloved veterans seemingly now on the same page. And now the question is even more curious. Why? You all done? Huh? It sounds to me like you don't even want the reason. Fine, I don't care. Orton leaves. He still doesn't give an answer, and the hostility from the crowd only intensifies. We know Cena and Orton have history as enemies, but this seems like an unholy alliance. And as Cody Rhodes returns in the lead up to Survivor Series, he's more intent on getting answers than ever. But he's far less respectful to those involved this time. Okay, let's cut the bullshit. Cena, I gave you a chance. I gave you respect, but it seems I was hustled. And Randy, as much as I love and respect you, you're a viper. And once a snake, always a snake. And I know Cena isn't here once again, as expected. But this message is for you, John. If you want some, come get. Cody Rhodes, the next man up. Hell, some people are saying the next John Cena. And here lies the problem. You've all written me off. The people have written me off, and yeah, I've said I'm thinking about the end. Everybody knows that. But if everyone thinks I'm gonna go and just pass the torch, you couldn't be further off the mark. Someone is gonna need to take it. And Cody chimes in and says, all right, fair enough, there it is. You're protecting your spot still, huh? You want someone to take the torch? Well, I've got a prize. And we're in a ring, so what better time than to see the greatest of all time versus the greatest of this time? But Cena stops him and says, oh, Cody, you've got it all wrong. See, I've won that one a lot. I've always said that I'm more than content with 16, but he wants to keep your record to just one. Orton RKO's Rhodes, another twist in the tail. It's actually Orton that wants the WWE Championship. And Orton says, they all want us to pass the torch. But we aren't doing that. We're going to take that torch, we're going to take its flame, and we're going to burn this place to the ground. Orton and Cena working together and fighting to keep hold of the torch they've bared for decades. Two veterans not willing to give up their spot, and it's shown more than ever when they get revenge on younger talent who have troubled them recently, including tag team champions A-Town Down Under, and Cena decimates Theory backstage, all while Orton takes out his tag team partner Grayson Waller as well. But right after, the camera follows them from the parking lot all the way to the arena, and Orton says, Cody Rhodes, if it wasn't already obvious, your days as champion are numbered, because I helped make you, and now I'm gonna take you out. Cena and Orton are waiting for Rhodes. They're desperate to soften him up even more, but they don't get the chance because Rhodes isn't gonna feed himself to the wolves like that, and he appears appears on the Tron and says, "My days are numbered, huh, Randy?" "Yeah, well, we'll see." "You think I went through everything I did just to get this and lose it?" "You couldn't be more wrong. We have a legacy, but now I'm forging my own. And if that has to go through you or Cena, perfect. Beat me if you can. Survive if I let you. Because I'll see you at Survivor Series." Cody lays down the challenge. Orton wants the WWE Championship. But the question is, if Cena isn't trying to take that one, what is his goal? What is his endgame? Well, at Survivor Series, we find out just what. But not before it's time to see the dream match between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, and Orton is making his entrance in typical fashion. But this time, it's to a chorus of boos. But the boos get even stronger when we abruptly cut backstage and see John Cena manhandling Cody Rhodes. He's brutalizing him all over again, all while Randy enjoys it from the ring. Cena then picks up Cody on his shoulders and heads out. He carries him all the way down and flops him into the ring. Cena leaves. There is no way this match could possibly take place. Cody has been completely destroyed. But in typical Rhodes fashion, he still wants to fight. But this shows more guts than brains, because as he gets to his feet and he demands that the referee rings the bell, Orton goes to work. It's no use. Cody fights with whatever he has left, but the crowd is left stunned as Cody is put down unceremoniously by his own mentor, Randy Orton. And Orton is now a 15-time world champion, and although everybody wanted another run from Orton, perhaps not under these circumstances. They certainly aren't willing to pass the torch whatsoever. Instead, they're snatching it from the hands of people like Cody Rhodes, who thought they held it. But Orton has that look in his eyes as he stands over Cody with the title, throws it on the ground, and in incredibly cold and calculated style, the Viper coils up, turns the lights out on Cody. Orton eliminates Cody. And with a huge Bloodline Civil War Games match in the main event, that match went on first. But it's the next match that reveals the plan of John Cena. I'm not wasting any more time. The Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge is officially open. In a full circle twist of fate, the way Sami debuted on the main roster is now how he's defending his Intercontinental Championship, which is of course the only championship John Cena hasn't won in WWE. Sami is surprised and super wary. He's faced Cena before, but not this Cena. But as they're about to be officially introduced, it isn't Cena he should be wary of, because out of nowhere, he gets RKO'd by the new WWE Champion. This is getting ridiculous. Orton and Cena are just flexing their power. Cena is screaming at the referee to ring the bell, but Sami isn't even on his feet. And just like Cody, he wants to fight. But as he gets up, Cena forces the referee to ring the bell. He runs over and he loads Sami up on the middle rope and he drops him with an avalanche AA. He makes the cover. 1, 2, no! Sami kicks out. There's still life in there. He's hanging in. Cena picks him up. He wants another AA, but Sami fights out and he lands a blue thunder bomb. Cena kicks out of that. Sami advances on him, but Cena immediately takes him down and locks in the STFU. And Sami, in desperate trouble, has nothing left. He's been softened up unfairly and stayed alive for as long as he could. But he passes out in the grips of Cena. The referee calls the match, and just like that, Cena completes the Grand Slam. It's horrible news for the roster. Cena and Orton holding the power firmly in their hands. But they don't stop there. They decimate Sammy as well. Just like Cody was taken out, so is Zayn. Orton and Cena have shaken up the entire industry. These two men are on one hell of a power trip, and they have taken power of the WWE. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And people said this was the best ever era, huh? The Paul Levesque era. Well, welcome to our era. In one night, we took the power back. Just like that. We certainly did, John. But people think we're done. And that's where you're wrong again. Because we are taking it all. And that statement has everyone wondering what they mean by taking it all. Well, considering Grayson Waller and Austin Theory were brutally taken out by Cena and Orton, the tag team championships have been vacated. And a tournament is announced to crown new winners. And of course, Cena and Orton have muscled their way into the running. This power trip is only gaining more steam. And as they push through their matches, taking on younger teams and unwilling to pass the torch in any way, just like they said they would, they put their veteran minds together and get through to the semi-final that will take place on SmackDown, and it's against none other than the newly reunited Usos. In yet another dream scenario, in this latest Cena run, they have an unbelievably fun match. But it very quickly turned sour when Jimmy is pulled down off the apron by Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu assaults Jey Uso as well. It comes to a screeching halt, but because the Usos were attacked, Cena and Orton lose the match. The Usos progress to the final via DQ, which will take place at the Royal Rumble. But there is a Rumble to take care of right now as Cena and Orton set about setting the bloodline straight. They wipe out Fatu and Tama Tonga, and they establish once again who the dominant force is in WWE. However, there is another member of the family. Solo back to take out Cena once again. He turns his attention to Orton, but Orton counters and nails him with an RKO. Orton is left standing with bodies all around him. A contract signing for the history books. Solo Sikoa challenging John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. But then, a first time ever dream singles match. The Rock versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. The Great One has some final words before the showdown. Once in a lifetime. Sounds familiar, huh, John? This moment is once in a lifetime. Double contract signing for two championships that have shaped careers and defined eras, but most importantly, it's the chance for the Anoa'i family legacy to grow and our bloodline to get stronger. But in order to take back the power, we need to defeat the men who hold it. But The Rock has a question. John, can you trust him? The Rock knows he can trust his family. But that's not family. That's a viper, John. You two have been solo your whole career. And we all know that this only ends one way. But regardless, you're both going to be fighting for nothing after the bloodline takes the power back at the Royal Rumble, if you smell the final boss is cooking. The contracts are signed, and then Solo grabs the table and throws it out of the ring, and it leads to one of the most genuinely tense stare-downs we've ever seen. This is as big as it gets, and the Royal Rumble is set to be an all-timer. A rematch from Crown Jewel where Cena was completely decimated, and something you could argue that has sparked this change in his attitude. Cena has changed up to a more brawling style, and there's a lot of ground and pound, using his frame to his advantage. But Solo is a genuine brawler as well, so it degenerates into a genuine dogfight. But as The Rock stated, he can trust his family, and it's the family who shows up to get involved. They, of course, were dispatched by Cena and Orton, but this time, Orton's nowhere to be seen, but Cena gets lucky. The Usos show up, and they have freshly won the Tag Team Championships, and they take the fight to their own family. And as the referee is distracted by all the commotion trying to clear ringside, Cena clocks Solo with, of all things, a shovel. A very deliberate weapon of choice, as he buries the younger Solo Sikoa, and it hands Cena the win. A twist of fate only John Cena could orchestrate. But as Cena walks off with the championship, he's yelled at by a fan who's clearly grown up watching him, and he says, "You were my hero, man. What the hell happened to you? This isn't you." It seems to have penetrated the hard exterior. It seems to get to him. He's got what he wanted, but at what cost? But regardless, the show must go on, and one part of the power is retained, but now it's on to the crucial next phase. It's time for once in a lifetime. The first and likely the only ever singles match between Randy Orton and The Rock. And the atmosphere is absolutely electric. It's a match no one thought was possible, and they take their time. It's a slow, methodical pace. Neither man wants to be the one to make the mistake, and it's something you'd expect from two of the most legendary performers of all time. But as the match ramps up, so does the drama. Rock and Orton have thrown everything at each other, but The Rock manages to nail him with a rock bottom, and Orton is just about done. Rock wants to finish him off properly and sets him up for the people's elbow. He runs off in signature fashion, but he accidentally collides with Charles Robinson, and he crashes to the outside. And Orton pops up and lands an RKO, but he can't follow up. He's so exhausted, and both men are down. The crowd is on its feet, and then another bona fide legend arrives. It's Reigns! He's back, and now he's lining up Orton. He's going to deliver the power back to the bloodline by delivering the WWE Championship to The Rock. He runs off, but Orton moves, and Roman spears The Rock. Orton then throws Roman out of the ring and lands an RKO on The Rock, and the referee comes to. Randy Orton retains. 2 times tonight, Cena and Orton have been handed fortunate chances via the Bloodline Civil War, and while there is almost certainly to be a power struggle within the family, the power has remained with the two legends. But are they on the same page as we turn toward WrestleMania? The best stepped up, and the best got put down. Why? Because we are the barometer, and we always have been, and we always will be. We've even got kids begging for John to come back in the front row. But why would he? He was told he was done by you people. He was told he was too old. And now, he's completed the Grand Slam, and it was in spite of you all. Despite what any mark in the crowd might say. Ain't that right, John? And Cena looks a little bit like he didn't appreciate being spoken for, but he takes the floor and says, I came back to show I was still capable. I came back to show I still had what it takes. I came back to complete the Grand Slam and show that legends never die. It's on! They're back! The two men screwed out of their championships! The brawl erupts between all four! And Cody and Sami have the fire in their eyes! They've had weeks and months of their careers taken away, not to mention their titles! But Cena and Orton, and in particular Orton, get even more vicious! Because Randy grabs a sledgehammer in all the chaos and smashes Sami Zayn in the gut, taking him out of the equation! And Orton then violently instructs Cena to AA Cody. Does. Now, Orton goes to the corner and he's gonna finish him off for good. Stop! He's had enough. Oh, he's still in there. Super Cena, everyone's favorite. I knew it. Orton walks away, disappointed in John Cena. But Cody then makes it to his feet, and instead of attacking him, he says, I'm pretty big on second chances. And I get mine alongside Sami inside Elimination Chamber for a shot at CM Punk's world title at WrestleMania. But you've been given a second chance by the fans. None of this is you, John. I think you should take this second chance and do the right thing. Cena has been deeply affected by the fan interaction he had at the Royal Rumble, but it's at the next PLE during Miz TV. The situation encounters yet another twist. Cena and Orton are guests, and The Miz asks the tough questions, but right away, the WWE and Intercontinental Champions respectively grow in tension. It comes to a boiling point when The Miz points out someone in the front row and says, John, hey, this guy looks familiar. And I heard from a little birdie that it was you that flew him here. Is that true? Cena doesn't say anything because he can see how furious this has made Orton. And Orton says, you invited him, huh? That fan from the Royal Rumble. See, Cena, last week you weren't willing to go the extra mile. But I am. Cena steps in, but this is the final straw. Orton snaps and he demolishes Cena. It's as vicious as any beatdown we've seen so far. And he throws Cena in the ring and he hits him with an RKO. And he's about to finish him with a punt. But Cena somehow rolls to the outside out of pure instinct, and Orton shows him mercy. For now. And on the cusp of WrestleMania, Cena and Orton agree to a face-to-face, and Cena speaks first, and he says, Randy, let's be real. We've both got more behind us than ahead of us in this industry. But while I'm holding this championship and these people are still in this building, damn it, I'm going to be a proper champion. So no more shenanigans. No more underhandedness. These people gave me everything and I'm not disappointing them anymore. And after everything you've been through, you should know they gave you everything as well. We are nothing without them. And Randy Orton seems to have been affected by the words of Cena. After all, he does respect him, and Orton says, okay, John, you're a man of the people. So let's give the people what they want. One more time. John Cena versus Randy Orton. the greatest rivalry in history for the last time ever. Title versus title. Career versus career. And Cena, with no hesitation, says, if I'm going down, I'm bringing you with me. Just like it started. You want some? Come, get some! Great. Oh, and John, by the way, you're wrong. They maybe gave you everything. But without them, I'm still a Viper. Orton tries to RKO Cena, but he counters him and hits an AA. Orton rolls to the outside out of instinct, and the crowd is chanting for more. They chant one more time, and Cena obliges. He clears off the announce table, picks up Orton, and smashes him through directly onto the troublesome back of Orton. Cena means business, and he takes all the momentum into WrestleMania Las Vegas. The last time ever. Only one man walks out with all the gold, and only one man walks out with their career. There literally couldn't be any more on the line. Two men who started their journey at the same time now collide, trying to end the others. It's an emotional battle. They know each other so well. 20 years plus of going back and forth. Cena has crossed to the dark side and come back again, and Orton has slipped back into the old sick and twisted apex predator, and he's stalking Cena once more. He's struggling to keep up, and now, just like Orton has done to countless others, including Cena in the past, he's gonna try and put the final nail in the coffin of Cena's career. It's time to kill this legend. Cena counters, he's got it locked in. Orton is in huge trouble. It's Orton that is struggling now. He may have to tap, and then it's all over, and the last time we'll ever see the Viper. His back has to be almost giving out, but he fights, and he fights, and he fights out. Cena can't believe it, but he tries to stay on Orton, but the Viper pops up, and boom, he nails him with an RKO out of nowhere. He rolls into the cover. 1, 2, no! Cena kicks out. He's still alive in the fight, and the crowd erupts. He's still in it, but now Orton, he's stalking him again. Orton tries for the RKO, but Cena counters, and now he has him up. AA, no! It's reverse midair into an RKO. And Orton, with barely anything left after the fight of his life, can only manage to lay one arm across John Cena. Orton is a double champion, but Orton has retired and killed the legend of John Cena. He briefly celebrates with the titles, but he quickly leaves the ring to someone he has immense respect for. Cena's time is up. He bows out on the grandest stage of them all, and he bows out a Grand Slam champion. But most of all, he bows out with the respect of the people who made him who he is. The people who stayed loyal all the way through his 20 plus years of hustle.